Before we put this old tube tester back in storage, I think we ought to take it apart and see what's inside. The most prominent feature has to be the scroll, which contains the setting for all the vacuum tubes. This is the power transformer with taps for all the unique filament voltages. This large wafer switch contains all of the up, center, down configuration switches. For example, this 6S4A would have switches 3, 6, and 9 in the up position and 2 and 4 in the down position. Notice the color coding. Switch 0 here is black. Then we have brown, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. You'll recognize those as the resistor color codes. Those colors are then sent to the individual tube sockets. This is pin number 1, black. Then we have brown, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. That color coding makes this tester easier to troubleshoot if necessary. This Wirewound resistor is to set the line adjust. You'll notice that when we push it into this position, it's no longer on the wire. Instead, it's resting on this ceramic, so that is the off position. Right, so off when it's resting here, and then on when it's resting on the wire. This is the schematic. The first thing to notice is that all of the tube sockets are connected in parallel, such that pin 1 on every tube is connected together, pin 2, and so on. You remember these are color-coded using that same pattern as we have for resistors with brown, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. This is the transformer with all of the unique taps for the filament voltages. This is the 0 for the instrument. That includes both the emissions testing and the filament voltage. For example, a tube like the 6SN7 has a 6.3 volt filament. The filament selector switch would be set to 6.3. The voltage would then leave on pin 8, and it would return on pin 7 provided that switch was in the down position. This central switch is also used for testing the tube. Back to our 6SN7, we might tie the grid and the plate together, which means that pins 1 and 2 would be in the up position. And then we would take pin 3, which is the cathode, and that would be in the down position, which again, that was the 0 for our instrument. This selector switch will select a particular voltage to the tube, and then we'll have current flowing through this meter, which will indicate if the tube is good or bad. As we depart, I just wanted to show this to you. New tubes. Eico periodically issues new roll charts and supplements, which will be available at a nominal charge. That was an important consideration because new tubes were constantly being developed. For example, these horizontal output tubes are not able to be tested by the tester because I don't know what the settings are. Right? The scroll does not include them, even though there is sockets that would accept this type of tube.